All right, everybody. Hey, it's David Kramer, the Critical Thinking Christian, and today I want to talk about a post I saw on Twitter, and it was by Mel Gibson. Now, I do like Mel Gibson. Here, let me put this down. I think this here is way too high. Let me see how this works. All right. Okay. I like Mel Gibson. He doesn't seem like he's part of that Hollywood crowd. But he was talking about essentially trafficking, child trafficking, and the elites and what they do to these children. And he was talking about how they worship the devil, and they essentially it's like his problem. He did it, but God is a God of love. And I'm like, are you kidding me? The disconnect that Christians have, okay, the disconnect that all religious people have about, their God and what he is responsible for. He's responsible for everything. He created everything. He says, I create evil. He created the ability for these elites to do this to these children. And he sits there and he watches it happen. He hates evil, but he does nothing about it. And I'm sure that this has happened to Christian families, it had to, where their children are kidnapped for these perverted reasons, and they never see them again. But what are they gonna hear from their preacher or people at church or a Christian counselor or even themselves? They're gonna hear this: God has a purpose. Yeah, well, here's the thing. If I have a purpose, now, if I have the power and I'm dealing with someone who is a complete slime bag, okay, well, I'm going to have a purpose. My purpose is to make that, okay, knock it off. All right, you don't want to? Well, then now we're going to do shit to you. You're going to have fingers off, eyes, ears. You're going to be an example to someone else. And we're going to do it so you get your head out of your butt. But with God, I have a purpose. Well, what purpose would make you feel like you need to allow something that horrible to happen to somebody who, say that child is kidnapped at, say, a early age, like maybe 7 years old, and they're abused for, say, another 7 years until that child maybe is, eliminated. And that child, even though for those 7 years that you were raising that child and that child was in your home, the child never got born again, or whatever you believe is will save their soul. And they never get saved in that other 7 years, and they die and go to hell. What purpose could possibly justify that? Okay, but here's the thing. And as I'm talking about this, when I asked that question, what purpose, I got this sinking feeling, because it's this. I'm going to just say it, Christians, you're a bunch of stupid, conditioned, blind idiots. There's no purpose. A God that would allow stuff like this to happen is not a good God. There is no good. There's no reason. Unless this child was so evil that maybe this child was doing that kind of stuff to kids, and then someone kidnapped them and is doing it. Now, I don't agree either way, but okay, what goes around comes around. But that's not the case. Never, ever. And what reason? I don't get that. What reason would your good God have? You now, of course, I'm sure you can come up with some reasons. You can rationalize, and your little brain will do flips, and all kinds of fucking mental gymnastics to try to justify it. But you are a prick. You're a dumb, ignorant little prick. So, yeah. So Mel's wrong there. And here's the thing about Mel. Mel is a Catholic. And Mel came out with, I think Jim Caviezel is a Catholic. But according to the Catholics, the fundamentalists, the evangelicals are heretics. And according to the fundamentalists, the Catholics are heretics. So, but the Christians, and sure, I have nothing wrong with the movie that they came out with. I mean, I think I've known this for years. There are other people that have known that for years. But the thing is, nothing's being done about it. Even though the movie's out there, the little bit that they're doing is that in this giant sea of perversion and evil and all that. It doesn't, it's not, you need to figure out how to really, destroy this crap, to get rid of it. And I think the way you're going to have to do that is you're going to have to, make our politicians who are doing this. These are the people that are keeping it going. These are the people that are keeping the list hidden because they don't want to be compromised. Because that list comes out, yeah. But, I mean, those who know. We know that, they're scumbags. But Mike Johnson. Why did Mike Johnson adopt that black boy when he was single? Matt Gaetz adopted a Cuban boy when he was single. I'm single. I don't want to adopt kids. If I happen to get married and we can't have kids, say I want some, we're going to figure out, we're going to adopt then if that's what we want to do. But then I've got a wife, I got a woman, that's normal. You're not normal if you're single and you're adopting kids. Even female, there's a problem there. I mean, a lot of times, I don't know if they, do that. But anyway, but yeah, no, God is not good. If God created the devil, and he created the devil to say, do this kind of shit, which I don't know. I mean, I don't believe in this God and the devil and all that. So I believe that man can do evil on his own. And sure, they may worship something or believe something, but, they're working to bring that about. There ain't no God or a devil that's doing that. We can be bad enough. But, yeah, stop. If you believe in your God, you got to just get to a point where you're like, and I'm sure that there's some Christians out there that will, whether they see this or they know, they're like, yeah, this guy ain't good at all. I mean, really? So justifying this kind of shit by that, to me, you're justifying it. Because the one who created the plan isn't good if part of that plan is just destroying lives just for a bunch of perverts. Okay? I'd say maybe, God is a perv. Okay? I mean, he did create a heaven, and according to the Bible, there were angels in that heaven that are working genitals that can impregnate women. Why, if you're in a heaven full of males, do you need to have any genitals in a spiritual realm? Okay? That heaven would exist. I think Christians will be surprised. They'll be going up there and there'll be like rainbow flags and, burn, baby, burn. And it'll be like, well, and God's like, and then St. Peter greets him at the gate going, hey, sailor, huh? But anyway, that's all I have right now. Yeah, it's like, come on, people, let's stop take the blinders off. La 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 la. That's pretty much what I think. What it is to me. Well, God has to be bad. La 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 la. Yeah, yeah. I mean, come on now. Wake up. All right. So that's all I have right now. And until next time, this is Dave Kramer, the Critical Thinking Christian.